Hi everyone, today we are going to tone a canvas. What I mean by tone is we're going to take this bright white surface and we're going to actually kind of stain it down with a really thinned out version of oil paint that's going to dry pretty quickly, because normally oil paint takes 4 to 5 days up to a week or more to dry. Whenever we tone this canvas, we're going to use a mineral spirit that's actually going to allow it to dry within about 10-ish minutes. The reason we're going to tone this is because we do not want to paint on a bright white surface. We always want to tone it down to a mid-tone. That way we can better gauge our values. And you'll kind of see what I mean as we do this. But this is the way I start every single painting. So I'm going to show you kind of what I do. So first I'm going to take my paint. This is Gamblin Raw Umber. And I prefer to use a raw umber just because I really like this color. But there are many different people who do different colors, kind of depending on what they're painting and what they want to convey. Next, we're going to take Gamsol, which is an odorless mineral spirit. So this is a chemical that we want to make sure that we use with care. I'm wearing gloves just because I have skin sensitivities, but you do not have to wear gloves. Most people don't. I'm taking this is Gamsol in this little jar here. This is just a little pipette, and you're just gonna squeeze out some. I usually do about 2 squeezes. All right, can you grab my palette knife? Actually, it's over there. So it's hard to see, but the Gamsol is all done here. I'm gonna take my palette knife and scoop up a small amount of this paint and put it right down, just plop it down in there into that clear liquid. And then I'm using the back of my palette knife and I'm squishing it down. That is the professional term here, squishing it down. And I'm kind of just encompassing all of that clear liquid into this paint. I'm using the back of this knife to squish it all around, making sure I don't have any lumps left. Of course the phone is ringing. Hasn't rang all day, but the one time I record, then it starts ringing. All right, so this is about the consistency we're going for. It's not really clear, you can't really see through it, but it's also not so crazy thick. All right, so this is a chip brush. This is a brush I use often. It is my favorite brush in the world. Anyone who's taken my class, my in-person classes before, knows I use this brush religiously. It is so cheap. It is my favorite one for many reasons. This is one of them. So you just swirl it around. I'm evenly coating all the bristles just to make sure there's no lumps or bumps in there. Now I'm going to use this and I'm going to use circular motions, and I'm just going to cover this whole canvas. And I'm going to have to mix up this mixture several times because I didn't make enough of it all at once, because it'll just run everywhere. It is very runny. So I'm just going to do as much as I can and keep mixing up this mixture. I'm also going to coat the edges of my canvas as well. So this is about the color we're going to get on this. All right, so I just finished toning this canvas. There's still some wet spots I see, so I'm actually gonna take my blue shop towel. I use these shop towels from Lowe's because they're very absorbent and you can reuse them again and again, so I use these all the time. So if you see any brush strokes, that's when you know it's a little bit too thick. We're not going for like super consistent color here because we're gonna paint over all of it. We just wanna make sure that there are no areas of white canvas showing through, which there's not on mine. If you touch it, you will get like a little bit of that kind of fingerprint in there, but that's okay. So just gonna kind of quickly buff this out. That way it dries a little bit quicker. And it may lighten up as you do this. That just means that you need to let it dry a little bit longer before you buff it out. And there you have it. So now this canvas is ready to be drawn on. So I draw out my scene next, and then I paint, and there you have it.